Are you truly ready for divine union, or are you running as well? Because if your twin flame is running, then so are you. So ask yourself this question. Are you truly ready to open your heart to divine love, or are you actually scared? Do you have a fear of love? Do you have a fear of actually opening up? My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing we have to keep asking ourselves. Are we actually ready? The amount of times on this journey I've said, I'm ready now, I'm ready. But in actual fact, I'd actually seize up and go, this is so scary. Do you know, because even the thoughts of being ready was scary. Because it took me a while to understand this, but there was for a while there, I was so closed off. I was actually afraid of love. Why was I afraid of love? Because any love I'd witnessed in the past or any love I'd experienced in the past was toxic. It was scary. And not only that, even the kind of love that we have in friendship or families that we've had to walk away from, that was heartbreaking. So we went from literally feeling safe in love, maybe with friends and family, not necessarily in relationships, but feeling safe with friendships and family members, to actually feeling very unsafe because everyone left. For me personally, if you're on the awakening journey or the growth journey of any kind, a lot of times we have to evolve out of our situation. So not only are you evolving out of toxic relationships, narcissistic relationships, in romantic sense, you're evolving out of narcissistic family dynamics, friendship dynamics, and just sometimes they're not even narcissistic. Sometimes you just evolve and grow out of those situations. They're just no longer in alignment anymore. And we end up being triggered. Our abandonment wound is triggered over and over and over and over again. That rejection wound. So that's the fear of everything. And then everything comes up. Do you know what I mean? Like for me personally, I had to walk away from friends, families, you know, my toxic relationships in the past. But then the simple thing of my dog dying in 2024, that triggered my abandonment wound as well. So that, like, you know, every time you're hurt, your walls go back up, and they go bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're fucking thicker and thicker and thicker. And like I mentioned this in a video, I think it was in 2024, don't let your heart turn to stone. Because at one stage I was letting love out, but I wasn't letting love in. I was so closed off to everyone and everything. I wasn't even letting friendship in. I had my friends at arm's length. I wasn't expressing myself to them. I was literally no. I didn't even realize, like, you know, I could feel my heart fucking closing up. I was turning to Scrooge at this stage. And I was like, how am I supposed to give love if I can't receive love? If you can't fill your heart with love, if you can't let love into your heart, you'll never be able to give it. So I was effectively closing my walls up again and again. And I met my twin 2 years ago. And I've had many heart awakenings and many heart-shattering moments in the last couple of years. And every time he might have ghosted me or, you know, ignored me after we were intimate, all these kind of things, my heart would just close more and more. So, like, it's literally like a trap door. It's like 1 minute it's open, then it's closed, and it's open, and it's closed, and it's open, and it's closed. And every time you go through another healing cycle, you're closed again. But, like, you know, so ask yourself, are you in the energy of being bitter towards your twin flame? Angry towards them? You know, questioning why they're running? Ask yourself these questions, because if you're continuously I've said this before and I'll use this analogy again. You know, when you're a child and you break a window and your parent or grandparent screams at you, get the fuck in here, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You're gonna hide in the fucking trees for the whole day and you're like, I'm running away from home, I'm never going back. Like, if you're in the energy of anger and bitterness towards your twin flame, they're not coming home. They're not coming anywhere near you. They're like, she's the fucking scary bitch, I'm not going near that shit. Do you know what I mean? And like, literally, like, so this is closed heart energy. Like, you're literally telling them to come back, but your heart is literally turned to stone because you're in this anger and bitterness. You have to remain heart open. When we start to surrender, when we realize that what our twin flame is running from is the same fucking thing, we're afraid of love. This is it. If there's a runner chaser dynamic in this connection, you're running as well. You're afraid of love as well. You're like, it's not even a fear of commitment. It's a fear of love, because love has been scary. Love has been hurtful. Anything we've ever loved has left. Every time we've opened our heart, we've been brokenhearted. You know, we've had to close again. And we literally see love as this dangerous, volatile and scary place, because literally we were just like, no. Everyone leaves and they're not coming back. It's not even no one's ever going to love me again. You actually have a fear of love. And I didn't even realize this for ages. I was like, you know, I remember this was 2024, the end of 2024, I think. Jesus, time is flying. But anyway, I was in that energy of like, I have to open my heart. I have to let love in again. Even in my friendships, I have to let love in again. And I was going through it. I was asking myself those questions. Why am I afraid? Why am I afraid to be hurt? And I was like, I'm actually afraid to be loved. Because, you know, there's that familiarity as well. We've never had somebody love us fully. We've never actually had somebody choose us and love us the way we deserve. We've never had a healthy love. So anything foreign, anything outside of us, anything alien, it's fucking alien concept as far as I'm concerned, for someone to actually choose me or respect me. And that's fucking scary because, it's scary because I don't know what it's like and it's so alien to me. But every time I think about safe love, I think of my unsafe love. I have nothing to compare safe love to except unsafety. I've never known what it is to remain fully heart open, to let a safe love into my life, to trust someone enough that they're not going to hurt me. You know, and I've done that. You know what I mean? Before I did my healing, before I attracted a narcissist or two, I literally had my heart open. I trusted naively, and I was literally, you know, put back in my box and said, don't ever trust anyone again. They're all assholes. And that was it. Like, and that this even comes to friendship. Like, you know, afraid to let a friend into your life because you're like I remember saying to a friend I had to walk away from, it's so nice to have friends in my life again that I'm not going to lose. And I could hear my soul saying, there's something wrong there. And I ended up a couple of years later having to walk away from that group of friends. Do you know what I mean? And then it's literally like, I felt safe. I did feel safe. But it wasn't safe. Do you know what I mean? So I suppose I have had safe friendships in my life, but they all ended as well. Do you know what I mean? And like, all you can think about is everything ends, everyone leaves, nothing's gonna work out. And so like your heart is closed to the potential of safe love, to actually letting somebody take care of you. And I don't mean provide for you, I don't mean in a financial sense, I mean emotionally take care of you. And like, you know, this is one of the things that I've been feeling a lot lately. Like, I'm not lonely at all. I love being on my own. I love my freedom, and I love my sovereignty and my independence. But just when you're going through shit, to have somebody give you a hug and say, it's going to be okay. That's one of the most beautiful things we can ever experience, is to have somebody to just care for us when we're vulnerable, when we're in an emotional state. And it's in understanding that it's those feelings lately that have led me to actually open my heart. Because there's a reader I listen to, and every so often she'll be like, are you ready? Like, are you actually ready? Like, if they knocked on your door, if your twin flame knocked on your door right now, would you be able to let them into your life and flip the switch and go, yes, I'm ready? And you know, there was a time that I was like, yeah, and then I was like, this is so scary, because like for a long time we go into this hyper independence and we're in this energy of, not only is love scary, but I have to share my life with somebody again after being fucking independent for so many years. You know what I mean? I'm safe on my own when we think we're safe on our own, but we're hiding behind these walls and we're like, I you know, I don't want anyone. And like, I remember the night my twin flame stayed here, like it gave me a glimpse of what union would look like. And I went into overwhelm the next day. I did. I freaked out. I was like, how's this going to work? Oh my God. I could feel that through his energy as well. It's like, how are we going to fit each other into each other's lives? But you make room for somebody, you compromise, and you literally make space for love. But initially I went into shock and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then I realized how scared I still was of allowing my twin flame into my life. You know what I mean? And like, you know, sharing my life with them. But like, she said that thing on the read there about 2 days ago. And she was like, are you ready if they knocked on the door? And I was just like, yeah. And I genuinely am now. I don't give a shit how changed my life would be. I'm ready for that change. You know what I mean? I'm ready to let that love in. I'm fucking ready. So ready. You know what I mean? I'm not scared of changing my life anymore. You know, because I heard this quote en masse actually. This is there was a different dynamics. So one of they did different kind of lifestyles, you know what I mean? And one of them was quite insecure, and he's like, I don't feel worthy enough, and I'm afraid I won't fit into your world. And he said, if you don't fit into my world, then my world needs to change, not you. And that's a fact. You don't say, this is my world, and if there's no room in it, you're not getting in. You make room for love. You compromise. You know what I mean? You can share interests, you can have separate interests, but you compromise. You allow love in. But like, if you're in this steadfast energy of I'm independent and I'm not letting anyone in, and if I don't have time for you, I'm not going to make time for you because this is my world and I'm fucking staying in it. That's heart-closed energy. How are you ever going to be able to end up in union if you're continuously saying, I have no room for this shit? I'm in independence mode. Fuck you. If I get time tomorrow, maybe I'll see you. Or, maybe I let you in. Or maybe you might squeeze you into my life there if it's convenient for me. That's not open heart energy. You're literally standing there with this big wall up going, fuck you, you're never getting in. And that's mirrored energy. So if your twin isn't allowing you into their life, if they're not making room for you, if they're too busy for you, then effectively your heart is closed as well. And you're saying, I'm happy in my independent sovereign state, so you're not getting anything or you're this place. And that was it for me for a long time as well. It was like, I didn't want to lose my independence. Like, this is something I worked on lately. A friend of mine helped me with a visualization, meditation and hypnosis with this. I was literally going, I want to let love into my life. Yeah, because I got the download. You don't have to do things on your own anymore. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to become codependent. Like, literally, I had such a fear of codependency and such a fear of losing myself and my independence that it was like, I want to let you in, but I can't. I want to let you in, but I can't. And I was literally, it's this blocking energy. It's like, I'm ready for love, but I don't want to become codependent. And I had to talk to myself and say, hey, do you know what? You can have a relationship. You can have someone in your life. You don't have to get them to fucking change your nappy or anything. Like, what I mean by that is, like, when I was in a codependent relationship with my narcissistic ex, I lost all sense of self. Do you know what I mean? I forgot how to do any basic things. They did all the driving, they did the cooking. I did the cleaning, fair enough, but I didn't do very well. But I went into a childlike state. So you effectively turn into a childlike state. You lose all sense of self and all sense of control when you're in a codependent relationship. So for me, the biggest fear of getting into a relationship again after, being so independent for so many years is losing myself to that codependent dynamic. So every time I was like, I'm ready to let love in, but then I was like, the download I got was like, you don't have to do things on your own. But I was like, I fucking can. I'm well able to do things on my own. I was like, I don't want to become codependent. So every time I was saying, I'm ready to let love in, but I was a big but again. I can't because I'm afraid I lose my independence. So I was like literally saying, come in, but don't. Come in, but don't. Come in, but don't. And like that was a reflection of what my twin flame was doing. He didn't have time. He wasn't making time for me. He was blocking his heart to this because he was afraid of losing control and his independence. And like that was some of the energy I was in. So now I've come to terms with the fact that I can have an interdependent, healthy relationship dynamic where he can do half the fucking cleaning and I'll do the other half. And it's not just about that. It's like, I don't have to lose my sense of independence just because I'm in a relationship. But I also don't have to do things on my own. And like, it's really weird because like whenever my twin has been here and he's done things or offered to do something, and I'm like, no, I better get up and do it myself. And it's just like, it's so weird to get, like, the simple thing of somebody getting you a drink. I'm just like, it's so alien to me. I haven't let anyone do anything for me in such a long time. But it's nice. It's nice to share that. It's nice to actually go, I'll get you a drink, or you can get me a drink, or we don't have to do, I don't have to do everything anymore. It's such a weight lifted. It's like knowing that, like, when we're in union, I just don't have to do everything on my own. I don't have to lose myself and do nothing, but I don't have to do all of it. Now, isn't that so much better? Instead of fearing you're going to go codependent, start to think, I've been doing everything on my own. I've been carrying all this weight on my own. And now I can share it equally without losing myself. So yes, I am ready to open my heart now. I am ready to let that in. I'm ready to change my life completely, to compromise and make that room for that love instead of blocking it out. So ask yourself those questions. Are you actually running as well? Are you avoiding as well? Because any behavior that your twin flame does is a mirror reflection of what you're actually feeling within. And all of it is based on your heart chakra and whether you're actually open to receive or you're actually blocking this love. So are you running as well, or are you open? Ask yourself those questions and just let it in. Remain ready, remain open, because this is the most beautiful thing that you'll ever do in your life. To open yourself to love, to true love, to divine love. This is safe. Don't be afraid anymore. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share. Please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today, and nothing more than to help in your path. Also, I have another channel called Aligning with Angie, where I share guided meditation every week. The info for that is in the description box. And I'm hosting an inner child healing workshop. It'll be a 90-minute workshop on the 4th of March at 6 p.m. Ireland UK time. If you have any issues around opening your heart, fear of love, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, anything like that, this could be really helpful for you. So if you want info for that, please comment below.